Hey everybody, it's me, MOMIC. And I gotta say, MOMIC is just a generic term for a woman who has children who tries to act like a comic. Because I'm a woman and because I have children, that doesn't make me better than any other woman or anyone else for that matter. Just means I got dependents. I got two. One child I adopted, the other I had biologically. Gotta say, the adoption, far easier. Pregnancy and delivery, at least for me. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, gee, wonder what high security mental wellness facility she escaped from. And that's not true. I'm out on medical leave. I know others of you are thinking, golly, she seems to be suffering from tardive dyskinesia. Uncontrollable facial movements, a side effect of prolonged use of heavy-duty psychotropic medications. That's not true either. I'm just working on my delivery. So how do we feel about therapy? Are we all going? Well, I know I am. I've been in therapy for over 30 years. Yeah, I don't know if it's working. Of course it's working. I'm still here. But the first time I tried therapy, I was 22 years old, and I called the crisis line for my classroom. I'm also a former public school teacher. I wheeled in one of those portable dumpsters, and I was just chucking my teaching materials into it. They weren't working anyway. And one of my fourth graders, little Dustin Harmon, looks up at me and says, kind of nervous, "Gee, Miss Gallagher, kind of seems like you're not going to be a teacher anymore." And 28 years later, I wasn't. That first time, though, I called the crisis line. I got hooked up with a male psychologist. Man, it was great having regular dates with a guy who actually listened to me. His name was Dave, and crushing on your counselor is common. It's called transference. It's also highly illegal if you ever act on it. I never did that. But this one time during our session, Dave kind of leaned back in his chair and closed his eyes, and he said, "I don't even know how to help you." And he didn't even act that disappointed when years later we couldn't see each other anymore because my insurance had changed. Now, my current therapist I see by telehealth. I'm not sure that matters. But this one time during a session, she kind of disappeared for a minute, but the screen was shaking. And when she reappeared, pretty much seemed like she'd been laughing. And she said to me, "I think you have cat problems." I was like, cat PBS? No, I really do have everything. And my current therapist, she keeps trying to space out our visits more. First it was every 3 weeks, and it was every 4 weeks. And this last time, she said, "Well, how about every 6 weeks?" I was like, "Well, how about daily, witch doctor?" Now we're back to every 3 weeks. Some people use stand-up comedy as a form of therapy. I don't think that's such a good idea. I think using stand-up comedy as a form of therapy would be like parking a food truck outside a Weight Watchers meeting, or taking a walk with an alcoholic through a liquor store, or maybe releasing a cougar in the UW men's basketball locker room. Yeah, I can't go there anymore. But whatever you do, just keep talking, okay? Even if it's to yourself. I call that self-love. Other people call it schizophrenia. I'm your MOMIC.